Hi, and welcome to In the Air. It's 4 a.m. I'm at DFW Airport and heading to Denver via Frontier on one of their A320neos. Let's get going.
Because DFW is my home airport, you'll likely see a lot of this airport in our videos. Today's flight departs from gate E20. Most of my flights depart from the E terminal, as terminals A, B, and C are used exclusively for American Airlines, and terminal D is the international terminal. Let's get to the gate and get a look at today's aircraft, Frontier's newest Airbus A320neo with Hops the Rabbit. The Pete's Coffee Stand was a very busy place this morning. Time for boarding. I'd like to take a moment to thank you for watching today's video. If you liked the video, please hit like, and if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, please consider doing so. The notification bell will allow you to receive notifications when we post a new video to the channel. We really appreciate your support. When you first board a Frontier aircraft, you are welcomed by the animal painted on the tail and winglet. I think this is a pretty cool thing Frontier does. Frontier's aircraft have 4 rows of what they call stretched seats, which make up the first 3 rows of the aircraft as well as the exit row over the wing. Frontier states these seats provide 5 to 7 inches more legroom. The standard seats only have 28 to 29 inches of pitch, which is the smallest of any airline in the United States. The view of the standard seats, manufactured by Acro Aircraft, are, well, drab and seriously unattractive. The overhead bins are sufficiently spacious. Today's aircraft is less than a month old and is very clean. The Airbus A320 series aircraft are some of the most popular aircraft in the world. As I mentioned before, the legroom is the smallest of any aircraft in the United States. Frontier's standard seats also have this tiny little table, which is really only big enough for a beverage. The overhead controls were a bit of a reach for me, being in the window seat. I hope to not have to use these much while in the air. These seats are pre-reclined, which was a bit uncomfortable for me because they weren't really completely upright. They also are not able to be reclined. Frontier has a safety card and a menu. They have a decent selection of snacks, but only water is complimentary, so I didn't get anything for this flight. As we taxi out to the runway, let me remind you that Frontier is an ultra-low budget airline. This flight had a base fare of $45. In order to choose my seat, I had to pay an additional $15. For $60 one way, that's tough to beat. However, something to remember, Frontier charges a fee if you check a bag as well as have a carry-on bag. Be sure to check these fees, as well as remembering that there are no complimentary food or beverages on the flight, and no Wi-Fi or power at your seat, if you are considering booking a flight with Frontier. Because it was so dark at the time of takeoff this morning, I decided to speed up the takeoff out of DFW. Enjoy the views of the DFW Metroplex as we climb to our cruising altitude. DFW is the largest metropolitan area in Texas and the 4th largest in the United States. You'll be able to see the airport just beyond the wingtip as we start heading north. It was a beautiful morning to be in the air. The sunrise was absolutely stunning this morning. The restroom was clean and in great condition, which it should be since it was such a new aircraft. This is one of the smaller restrooms I've been in, and Frontier does not have a mirror over the sink. That's odd, right? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Let's get a little view from the back of the plane. Because my favorite part of flying is looking out at the incredible views, I'll let you enjoy the approach into Denver. You'll see the Rocky Mountains in the distance. This really was a pretty good flight. I believe most things in life are most enjoyable when we have the right expectations. Was Frontier's product as nice as, say, Delta or Alaska? No, it was not. But it really doesn't need to be. Frontier is an ultra-low budget carrier, and getting free snacks, beverages, Wi-Fi, power, etc. are not things to expect. Over the next month, I'll be traveling with Spirit and Sun Country Airlines as well. I will be doing a direct comparison between these three and share my findings with you. A couple of things I really do like about Frontier. They have the youngest fleet of aircraft of any airline in the United States, at an average age of only 4 years old. I also think the animals painted on the tails, winglets, and being pictured immediately upon boarding is a fun touch. The flight attendants even mention them by name before takeoff and after landing.
Okay, I've arrived at Denver. Great flight. Very minimal service and everything, but that's okay. That's what you get on a low budget airline. All in all, a good flight, and I hope to see you again soon.